Hey.
Well, hello.
Brian, are you alive?
Alive and well, I'm guessing.
We have a special guest this week.
Oh, and who might that be?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
I don't like guessing games, but okay.
All right, our next guest is a powerful woman.
What?
She's a queen. She's a queen bee.
Oh, Lord. Oh, no, not Oprah. Not Oprah.
No, it's not Oprah.
Hello? What up, bitches?
This is the queen, Eva, the powerful woman.
Clearly.
What's going on, guys?
Well, hello. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
What is that?
I love the song, by the way. Thanks, guys.
Not my idea, I can assure you.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Brian,
No, Brian. Nothing on this show is your idea.
I left you open for that one, George. You can thank me later.
That was an alley-oop. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Shooting the This is Chris, along with Eva. Hello, Eva.
Hi. Nice to meet you, Chris. How you doing?
Oh, thanks. And George and Brian.
Yeah, we're here too. Great.
Eva is running a website right now called Made Mag NYC, correct?
Yeah, I made Mag NYC. It's catered to Generation Y, actually.
Ah, yes. She gets into all the topics that confront us as Generation Y. Like, why do we exist?
Why did we get screwed? Why are we all broke? All that good shit.
Now, Eva, would you mind explaining what exactly Generation Y is classified under? Like, are we part of Generation Y?
Yeah, actually, Generation Y is everyone born from 1980 to 1990, actually.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So what are we called? Yeah. Reagan babies or Hulk Hogan babies or cocaine babies or what?
We're actually called millennials, Gen Y, screwed generation. I've seen that.
Oh, my boy.
Yeah.
Why that?
A whole bunch of different names for us at the moment.
The poor bastards generation.
That is probably a popular one right now. True. Our government's all fucked up. I mean, we've been closed for about 12 days, 11 days.
Good Lord.
Yeah, no entrance to national parks during this time, unfortunately.
Do you still get what if you're on welfare? Do you still get your welfare check? Because
I don't even know. I haven't really heard any rumblings from the Ratchet Avenue around here, but I don't think they're getting any of that right now.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, once I start seeing beer bottles being thrown around, I know it's real shit out here. So
wow,
I'm not getting. People are not going to get
government's not working. The people aren't working. This is like a Russian village. And
it's a lot worse because you got all these people not getting their welfare checks, and all these other people that work for the government that have to stay home. So it's going to be war in the streets. Wow. I'm just going to keep myself above the hill. I'm not going down to to the local streets.
You're not going to deal with that riffraff.
Oh, of course not. I'll stay in my house. I have my iPad. I have my computer.
Wow. She's the queen bee. Why should she have to deal with that?
Yeah, she
Thank you.
Your server down for you.
I'm not kissing her ass on the truth.
As long as you don't try to access the Obamacare website, then your iPad should be fine.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to open any doors for that. I have actual insurance, so.
Well, lucky you. We're gonna have to suffer with. No, actually, everybody on this show except for me has health insurance apparently, so I'm gonna get screwed.
Oh no!
Well, I'm actually.
Yourself.
It's funny you should mention that. I'm actually kind of getting screwed in terms of the workload because now it's cut in half, and they're not saying it has to do with the government shutdown, but I would imagine so because I'm sure we have like contracts with the government in terms of delivering certain packages to them.
Right.
So
it's crazy how much we rely on certain industries for our economy. We don't realize it. Like, when all that stuff was going out a couple years ago with the government buying ammo. Well, Walmart, it was kind of like people couldn't buy ammo anymore, so that was like, it changed people's economy. So like people who try to buy ammo, the ammo is now much more expensive. And even, I know this is another weird example, but even in LA a couple weeks ago, they shut down porn because someone showed up, two actresses turned up with the AIDS virus or HIV virus.
And
they
I was very upset by that.
They had to quickly resume. They had to, after like half a week, they had to bring it back right away because the city was being crippled by no porn money.
That's sad. You know what? I totally agree with you. I went to Pathmark yesterday, and there were no sales.
Really?
No sales whatsoever. No.
Not even on porn?
No, nothing. I was so heart set on getting my Edie's ice cream, and it was full price. I was highly upset.
Damn.
Highly upset. Like, this is ridiculous. I can't.
What flavor do you get?
Yeah.
I usually get, I get pistachio or there's this strawberry cheesecake they just made.
So you like textured and creamy stuff?
Oh, yeah. High quality.
I like raw sugar. I like the cookie doughs, the sherbets, and
cookies and cream.
Yeah, anything that has a high sugar content, I like.
I hear. Great.
I equate my ice cream to my life. I like Rocky Road.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Then Brian, what do you like? Walking at night? Ice cream?
If you must know, right.
Ice cream, Brian?
Yeah, I'm surprised myself. I'm a cookies and cream kind of guy.
I see you being like the only man on earth eating ice cream while frowning.
Ben and Jerry's just came out with a new flavor that Brian might like. It's called Dilapidated Basement.
Aww.
Ooh. That sounds like a problem. That's like a problem. That sounds like a real medical problem.
Right.
Have you been to my house, George? It was not that bad.
No, I'm not saying your house was bad. I'm saying that you never mind.
We're talking about your body. I mean, that's
my body.
Health issue.
No, I'm saying that he's
keeping. I have a private storage. Is that what you're trying to say?
Listen,
storage.
You might be forceful sometimes, and forceful things happen in dilapidated basements with a single light bulb.
Okay.
You are sick.
All right. Speaking of people being captured, we saw Captain Phillips this week. Captain Phillips.
We did see.
Wait, so who saw Captain Phillips?
Oh, unfortunately, I didn't get to see it.
I did not see it because I don't know.
You know what?
I just saw a bunch of Africans taking over a boat, and I wasn't interested. I was like, all right, well.
Everybody going to get paid. That's all I say.
All right. Well, then
okay.
Let's do this because you guys didn't see it, and because of the fact that it is a historical thing. Let me. Usually we just talk about it, but don't give too much away. But let's go kind of scene by scene and talk about what this was about. Mm-hmm. So we all know the story. It was the Somalian pirates in 2010 or 2009. It was big news. So everyone knows the story. Everyone knows the outcome. The SEALs, moved in there and made a move on the pirates. The movie itself was extremely well done. It kind of reminded me of Zero Dark 30, except it was better because someone's life was on the line, like Captain Phillips,
There was something to lose, like Captain America.
Yeah, the only risk in Zero Dark 30 as a film is that they're not going to be able to get Osama bin Laden, but it's not like they were ever personally in that much danger.
In danger, right. That's what I figured.
They did some to kind of make it. But anyway, okay, so it starts with a little scene with Tom Hanks. We'll call him Tom Hanks or Captain Phillips. They're in the car, and they're just talking about how the world is tough. Anyway, that was a throwaway scene. The next scene shows 50 to 100 Somalians all kind of lining up to see if they will get chosen to join the pirate crew to go rob a boat.
Or volunteer.
And this casting is like no casting I've ever seen.
I have to agree with that, definitely.
These guys looked like, specifically like they were not from America or any place that has food.
They look like welfare check recipients after like 30 days of government shutdown. Like that's some real shit.
Exactly. I don't think
like shit is real, and I will definitely be using all bolts on my door.
Yeah,
when that shit hits the fan.
The main pirate even had like a lot of them had like protruding bones out of their face, and the main pirate even had like lumps on top of the protruding bones. So this was like mangy dog at its best casting. They also kind of they lived on kind of like a beach sort of community, and you really got the sense that you were there. This was not like, Hollywood's been criticized a lot in the past for having for instance, a Spanish character played by white people, or having a pirate like Johnny Depp wearing eyeliner for some reason. But these were real deal looking. This made you feel like you were in some part of the world you'd never seen before, and that it was as authentic as possible. And this is how it happens. And these guys look for real.
Right, and it is too bad that the Oscars don't recognize casting directors, because I'm sure if they did have a category in that department, that whoever casted that film would have won it in the bag. Definitely.
Yeah, I really think they should have that, because casting is a very big part of any project, film, TV. It makes the project.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. I never considered that they
wise.
don't give an award for that, and they give an award for sound, music, stuff like that.
Design, I think it's just as important as costume design and all that.
The reason there's no category for casting director award in the Oscars is because there's so many. When you get to the top echelon of Hollywood, casting directors don't have much to do with it, because at that point people want names. The people that are in charge, the big studio heads and whatnot, they know who they want for these specific movies.
Yeah.
Now, when you get lower, casting directors have a lot to do with it, because once you get past the initial casting process, which the casting director has to find these people basically, then you get to you do screen tests and whatnot, and then still the executives still pick who they want. But on the lower end of Hollywood, casting directors play a big role. On the higher end, unless you're like an up-and-coming superstar that nobody knows about, it's pretty much set in stone.
Well, in this one, I see what you're saying, but in this one, though, no one was known except for Tom Hanks.
No, there's nothing. The main pirate, his name is Barkad Abdi. There's nothing on his resume. He hasn't been in anything. This is it.
He's been in like a pirate siege or two, and then he got the role to play one or something.
I mean,
crazy.
Think about it. When you sound like this.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Okay, so we'll get to that scene.
So about you, the captain now, lumpy ass, say, get off the sailboat.
What happened was, now I didn't realize that the pirates didn't get on at first. They started chasing. Oh, by the way, speaking of casting, the guys on the boat all look perfect too, as people who would work on a boat. Everything looked good.
Yeah,
guys. So amused.
But so the pirates were chasing them, and Phillips and his crew actually evaded them by bringing the boat up to a high speed and then making basically a shit ton of waves that just made the pirates' boat shut down. And it was a very intense and interesting chase scene, where basically they're cutting back and forth between a little speedboat with a guy with a machine gun on it chasing a big ass boat.
Right.
Like a big stick.
That's impressive. I mean, it's like a little speedboat chasing the Norwegian or something. It's just how do you even keep up? I don't know.
It's not so much how do you keep up. It's not so much how you keep up. How do you make that look interesting? Because usually it doesn't look like it's going that fast.
It was very interesting. The scene was 5 to 10 minutes long, and they got away. But it was kind of they'll be back sort of thing. So next scene, or the next big scene, which is the pirates boarding the ship, which is what George just played. And check this out. Paul Greengrass is the director.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hanks and the main pirate, did not meet till that moment. So that shot of Tom Hanks looking at him, I don't know if it was the same the other way around. I don't know how many cameras they used, but I'm pretty sure the first shot they got was of Tom Hanks. So the shot you see in the movie of Tom Hanks seeing him for the first time is literally the first time Tom Hanks has ever seen this human in his life.
Brilliant.
So definitely for a shock. Oh, all right.
Yeah, they didn't even know that they would have chemistry or anything like that, but it worked. I guess Tom Hanks will make it work.
Right.
She's like, yep, all right.
But it was interesting. So then the pirates take over the ship, and then what happens is a weird hour worth of Home Alone tricks where they're making the pirates step on glass, misdirecting them, offering them sandwiches, kind of goofy stuff almost.
But it worked.
What do you think of it?
I think it sounds like a really effed up frat house. You just ate glass, you're gonna die. You just took my ship captive. I'm like, come on, let's come out with some real plans to get you the hell off.
Yeah, so what they did very good was they obviously the bad guys were the pirates. They did humanize them. They did give them a story and a reason why they were there and a reason why they couldn't leave. But they didn't do it in a way that made them too nice. They didn't make any excuses for their bad behavior. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you don't want to end up having the audience root for these people.
Right.
It's kind of okay, well, I get why you're doing it, but I still don't excuse your behavior.
Yeah, they could easily fallen into that trap, but I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really well done from start to finish. They get, which I didn't realize. I always thought they were just on the boat, and the Navy shot them from a mile away. They were in a tiny lifeboat, and the Navy had to make sure they were all in a window looking out at the same time to pull the trigger.
Wow.
So yeah, that was good
crazy
stuff. I think it dragged down a little bit because it just seemed. I mean, Tom Hanks is magnificent. If anyone sees the movie and sees the last maybe 10 minutes of it, that for me made the movie. Just watching Tom Hanks do what Tom Hanks does is just completely unbelievable. It's disgusting how good he is.
Yeah, they basically at the very end threw a scene in where he's just kind of emotionally breaking down, but it wasn't necessary. The movie ended and then they just put the scene in there basically just for the fact that he could do it. Mm-hmm. It was look
for
what Tom
me,
Hanks could do.
That made the movie for me because before that it was just an hour of repetition. The pirates are trying to get away, and the Navy SEALs are trying to get to them. It was an hour of that, and yeah, there was some conflict between Tom Hanks and the pirates in a little escape pod. But there was about 45 minutes of that just repeating itself, in my opinion.
How long was this movie?
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it could have been 145 easy. Right under 2 hours it could have been.
Yeah.
That final scene to me just gave me complete chills. It made me realize why I'm in this fucked up business to begin with, so I can do things like that.
Hey, you just gotta,
So you could play a stereotype character and say, maybe if I was American, things would be different for me.
Look at me. Look at me. But as far as reality is concerned, all these big companies, and I guess I can say that I'm a little bit closer to this because, for those of you that don't know, I'm Greek, right?
You're gay?
I'm Greek.
Sorry, the audio keeps cutting out.
Yeah, I know. I know you're single, Chris.
Sure,
so
Chris.
am I, but there's no shot there.
I mean, yeah, he's great. I mean, look at that hair.
Yeah. So the part of Greece where I'm from is pretty affluent, and there's a lot of shipping heirs that are from that part. So I can understand the whole business of it. But as far as all these companies and all these shipping heirs sending out these massive shipping freighters without any security on them, privately hired, is beyond me. They're asking for trouble.
Oh,
you have these 4 pirates with AK-47s board a ship that's a mile long, basically, and none of these companies have hired any sort of private security. Yeah. So you're asking for it. Go into the jungle. Don't have any protection. See what happens to you.
But.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue. The only thing they had to combat them was hoses. The only thing they had to fight off the pirates was hoses.
Yeah, and
water hoses.
Like water hoses?
Yeah, they were going to sink their boat.
The other hose that we know, so.
Those are the ones that are in your basement, right, Brent?
Shut up. Anyway.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, this is.
It was. Oh my God.
These people come on your boat with AK-47s, and you're sitting there with the host talking about let's garden. Get the fuck out of here! Sit down.
That's why.
A water hose.
Yeah.
I mean, they're big time pressure like fire hoses. That will hurt you if you get hit by it for sure. But I mean, the other guy's got a fully automatic rifle.
Right. That's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Like, really, let's all just think about what we're doing here.
Somalia probably doesn't even have running water. That was probably very refreshing for the people.
Refreshing, like, oh, thanks, bro. So I'm still gonna need to sit down real quick. Like, what? Come on.
Wait, get in my armpit.
Oh.
Wait, Captain Phillips, do you have soap?
No. Like,
You know what? Tom Hanks is probably going to get an Oscar nod for this. What he did very well was portray fear and bravery at the same time. He was consistently afraid and brave in every scene.
Isn't that what bravery is?
I mean, it's to me, like, I'm sure, like, his performance harkens back to, like, you know, the leading men of, like, the classic, you know, era and all that, like the Henry Fondas and James Stewart, who could portray every man who could be brave and vulnerable at the same time, you know, in one sitting.
Yeah, I was thinking about Jimmy Stewart when I was watching this, and I was thinking, this is our generation's Jimmy Stewart, and then I was thinking, Jimmy Stewart sucked, though. Tom Hanks is pretty, I mean, he was good for his time, but in terms of acting chops, Tom Hanks is awesome. Like,
for us.
Well, you know what it is? Awesome. You know what it is? It was just a different time. In a sense, like, you know, whatever personalities that they could portray, the studios just ran with it. And it's like, all right, let's just keep casting these actors doing the same thing.
I should have been around then.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry. Now, Eva, I feel that way every time George talks. What's going on?
It's all right, George. It's fine.
Right. Hey, time out. What's going on with you?
I'm saying you guys could, George in particular could probably blame Brando for that, you know, in terms of changing the game.
What are you talking about? I modeled myself after Marlon Brando if it wasn't for him.
Well, I'm just saying in terms of variety and all that. I mean, yeah, there were other actors before him that, you know.
I modeled my diet after Marlon Brando.
Yeah, in his 70s.
You know what? I'm looking at Chris's photo right now, and his eyebrows are making me crack the hell up. Why are you looking at the computer like that?
I don't know.
Like your photo. I'm just like, huh.
I don't know. Why doesn't Brian Williams have a profile photo?
Yeah, low profile.
Yeah,
this is the guy that has effed up basement.
Hey, kid. Allegedly.
Okay, so what I didn't realize is I thought the Navy killed all of those guys, when in reality, the main pirate is in jail in Indiana and will probably be out by the end of his lifetime. And I gotta imagine would be an American citizen after that. They wouldn't just land him back in Somalia, would they?
That's crazy.
Well, he's probably hanging out over there. He's cool.
Yeah, what would happen? All right, he served 33 years. Would he go back to Somalia after that?
I mean, it depends if, you know, if our government's still around. I mean, who knows what happened in 33 years? Maybe just be like, you know what, fuck it, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, because he would be like a movie star getting out of jail.
Yeah, like he'll get a book deal, you know. Yeah.
And if he does go back to Somalia, they're probably, what was America like? You know?
Yeah, he's chilling. I mean, Somalia and
I lived in a brick house. I ate 3 meals a day. There was a gym. That was awesome.
Yeah.
He's entering a skinny...
Wow, you look big.
He entered a...
Oh, my God.
He entered a skinny Somalian, and he's coming out as Michael Clark Duncan, rest in peace.
Looking crazy.
Right.
Oh, damn. Well,
yeah.
I watched
another great actor, you know, gone.
Yeah. I watched 2.5 Men the other night, and he was in one of those episodes. He was hilarious. I love him.
I remember those are the few episodes of that series that I've ever watched. It was actually good.
You notice most big men have a good sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
Like Shaq.
I mean, they have to. I mean, growing up, you know, your life is a comedy. Being that big, you know,
I know, trying to fit into a car, or trying to fit into a car, or trying to fit into a doorway, or anything.
Or get on the bus. You know, why your neck's all messed up because you're always leaning over and shit.
I don't know why, but that actually reminds me of a scene from a Police Academy of all films where...
the tall guy? What was his name?
With Bubba Smith. Yeah, Hightower, Bubba Smith. Like, you know, he's taking the road test, and and Gutenberg is helping him. The Gutenberg, he's helping him, and in order for him to fit into that little car, he has to take out the front seat, and he has to sit back.
That's crazy. You know who I like from that movie? The short little one.
Bobcat.
The little lady.
The
little lady with the pipsqueak voice, but you get her angry.
Oh, dirtbag! Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of that, do you ever watch Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, from time to time I do.
Do you like Bernadette, that little squeaky girl?
I don't know. I mean, everyone else is pretty cool. My favorite one is Sheldon? Sheldon, yeah, him.
Yeah, he's funny.
That's my favorite one in there. Everyone else is just, orbiting around him.
Penny's good. She holds her own. She's
down to earth, yeah.
What do you call it? Okay, so you know what? Captain Phillips was good. Everyone who didn't go see it. I really liked how there was a little bit of moral ambiguity. Like, for instance, at the end, one of the pirates who was just the kid who got killed, but then also let's put it this way: the most vicious and the most innocent could get killed, while someone like the leader pirate kind of got
still alive.
He's still alive, even though his morals shifted from moment to moment.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, a car accident, drunk driving. The driver doesn't die, but like 3 of his friends die. Or, life sucks sometimes.
That's why I always drive drunk. I mean, look, no one gets hurt.
What?
The one thing they portrayed,
I'm not even going to say that because I don't need Oprah coming after us talking about, you support drugs. I'm like, Oprah.
You know how much press we would get if Oprah came after us? Come on, girl, bring it on.
Oh, I'm not complaining because I'm not the one that said the comments, so I'm still going to get the publicity. You're the one that said the comments, so, I'm just kind of riding this gravy train right now.
The one thing that the movie showed was that if the U.S. Navy or government or SEALs or anyone is coming after you, you are fucked.
Your butthole fucked. Like, you're done.
There was one time where Captain Phillips and the pirates looked out of the life raft and saw 3 big ships and a helicopter behind them, and Captain Phillips was like, just give up.
Just let it go, bro.
Just put your hand. He goes like this. He goes, it doesn't matter if you kill me or not at this point. Put your gun down. Put your hands up.
The Navy's not going to let you win.
You're not leaving. It's over. Whether you kill him or not, you're still fucked.
Yeah, he said basically, you're not leaving alive. That's it.
I'm just going to be real with you right now.
Yeah. But it was cool. Switching it up to something extremely stupid.
Yay!
Did you guys see Saturday Night Live with Miley Cyrus, everyone's favorite?
Okay, Miley Cyrus. Oh God, where do I start? Jesus. I mean, it took her like 2 weeks just to put that tongue back in her mouth. Like, what was that about?
Well, she said she was suffering from minor strokes, which
I like that look.
Minor strokes of the dick. That little girl is crazy. Okay, and we kept getting worse.
Yeah.
Okay, please turn that on.
Oh God, I think I'm having a mini stroke right now. God.
Okay, so I have a lot to say. Get to the good, because there's a lot of bad stuff to say.
All right, let me just get ready for this. All right, good shit.
Brace yourselves, people.
The good stuff, and the bad stuff's not just about her. A lot of the bad stuff's about Saturday Night Live and how terrible it seems as a show. But I would say the good stuff is they have 1 or 2 funny people on the show that I was kind of getting into.
Jay Farrell.
There was a Midwestern girl on the show that always plays a Midwestern character. She was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Miley Cyrus was generally good. Everything they asked her to do, she did well. She did a poppy song. She did like a quiet song.
She can take direction.
Yeah, she has obviously Disney. You have the thing with Disney is you have all the acting chops, but you have none of the soul that it takes to be an artist.
Yeah, she's a robot. I mean, she can take instructions. She can take directives really well. She gets a gold star for that.
Whoa, she's naked on this thing? I've never seen this video.
The Wrecking Ball? The Wrecking Ball that's what you're watching? Oh, yeah.
Surprise!
Oh,
Yeah,
this
there
is
you go.
fantastic.
Christmas.
Well, you would
Look at him.
at the end of the show. The weird thing is, two of the only good skits I saw were at the end of the show. It was there was a sex tape skit that was pretty good, and it was and you could tell the difference was it was pre-recorded, which is kind of like SNL trying to keep up with the times.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like in front of a live studio audience. It was a sex tape.
Oh,
And
no.
how everyone thinks she's Putin or whatever. But there was also
I don't know.
a skit called Morning Miami that was a good sketch, but
That was
had
actually
good comedic installation. But other than that, okay, let's get into the bad.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
I don't see
So,
anything bad about this.
The whole show.
You don't see anything. I can't.
She looks like Mr. Burns naked.
She looks like a whole chicken. She looks like a chicken, okay, just swinging
What are
on
you
a
guys?
pole.
Fucking
Like
nuts. She
Purdy
looks
chicken.
fantastic.
Keep
Are
in
you
mind,
kidding me?
Keep in mind, I look like Chris Farley naked, so I.
All right. Well, you know what? At least you're not. She's just putting it out there. Like, she had one performance after she broke up with her fiance or whatever.
She's
A
single?
live performance. Yeah, she's single now, George. I mean, you can definitely.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Maybe you could get a poke in between others.
What do you mean she's not single? Her fiance dumped her. She
that's
performed
good.
live, crying.
Good for me.
Okay, you know what was weird? There was one point in the show where she did like Wrecking Ball or one of those songs, but she did it with like two guys who were strumming guitar, and she was like pretending to be emotional about that shit caca music.
Yeah, is that the same before? I mean,
and I'm like, who are these musicians that are going along with this? Is this for real? Like, there was a lot of times I stopped myself and I said, is this for real? Like, for instance, it didn't seem like Saturday Night Live. It seemed like an advertisement for Miley Cyrus. It just seemed like a big corporate managed advertisement.
Ploy.
Yeah.
And exactly what it is.
Yeah, it was like, how cool is she? You know, it was like, isn't this a comedy show?
Oh, now it makes sense. Oh, the video was directed by Terry Richardson. That's why. Oh,
yeah, that's sleazeball. No, I'm kidding. I don't know him.
Yeah, let's blame it on him because he forced you to take your clothes off. I mean, really, let's take.
That's what he does. Are you
kidding
me? He's been accused of sexual harassment by several different women. He's done.
Okay. Well, if you pass by an alley and it says "Rape Alley," bitch, don't go through the alley. Like, what are you talking about?
Is it true though?
Sign that says "Rape Alley."
Is this true that she has the same management company as Britney Spears? Spears was like,
oh God, she's
around with the paparazzi and doing those stupid things.
I don't know.
She's done for it. If that's true, she's done. I mean, Britney Spears. It's like you look at. There's no one home.
Yeah.
Like there's no one in there. Like you look at her and she's just like, yeah. I'm like, what? Like there's no one home.
That's the appeal, obviously.
That's the appeal. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
vapidness.
The sign of the apocalypse.
Well, look, let's talk about this. Miley Cyrus, obviously she's a draw. People tuned into Saturday Night Live, which they haven't done in probably years. Now, Saturday Night Live, when you're a bad show and you get a draw, that means you're drawing people to your bad show, and that's a bad idea. But in terms of Cyrus, I guess the one thing you could say is that she's tapped into – she's very reflective of, I guess, the generation of people that are a couple years younger than us, who are like a party generation. They don't seem to stand for anything. They don't seem to live for anything. They don't seem to give anything. They seem to take everything, and they're –
it's just –
this is like the proud losers who call you a hater if you criticize them.
Yeah, I mean, it's the lower end of this generation because we're all clumped together, but it's like the lower end of this generation and then Generation Z that are, supporting this. And it's just like, this is not music, first off. And there was one presentation, this mom, she gets on, she was being interviewed, and they were watching the performance, I think it was the music award show, whatever she did with
Robin Thicke.
Yeah,
Beetlejuice.
Right. And she's like, yeah, I was very disappointed in Miley's performance. It really takes you back when your 4-year-old child turns to you after watching this performance and says, "Mommy, I think this is really inappropriate." A 4-year-old.
Damn.
Okay? Like, your 4-year-old doesn't need to see your camel toe, Miley. Like,
If
you're
a
all up in
4-year-old,
the...
if a 4-year-old turns to her mom and says that, then in about 14 years she's going to be on a pole. So I don't think a 4-year-old should know whether that's inappropriate or not.
I mean,
Because
I would be
that's
shocked.
parenting
I mean, if
shit.
I'm 4 years old and I'm watching something and I can see some chick swat, I would think something's wrong with that. Like, I don't need to see that. Like, you know, something's wrong here. I mean, at least she's acknowledging the fact that this is wrong. Like, this is not cool. You know?
Well,
You
what
worry
makes it
about
not
the chick
cool?
that's like, what makes it not cool?
What made her performance, other than it being possibly a little bit tacky,
It was trashy.
Distasteful? All right, other than
trashy
well, what's wrong?
Slightly racist, because the whole booty popping and twerking, it was nothing but black people
What
intending
booty?
their
She
heads.
has no
Like,
booty to be popping there.
exactly. That is the irony.
Yeah,
You know what it seems?
wrong.
You know what it seems like? This happened, but Eva, because you're in New York, but this happens in Hollywood. You see it that LA is kind of like a cultureless place, so a lot of different people come here with their individual stuff, and it's like a melting pot of ideas. Sometimes the result of which is this. Like, hold on. For instance, in this Miley Cyrus thing, that MTV performance, it was like trying to be black culture, but trying to be low grade something or other, but trying to be Japanese culture with those teddy bear weird heads. But it was nothing. It was nothing as a total.
It didn't really translate well over here on this side of the coast. Maybe that's why I feel this way, because to me it was just trash. There was no coordination. There was no choreography. It was just a bunch of people that I thought most likely, you know, took a hit of a blunt before they got on stage. It was just like, oh, let's just fucking wild the fuck out. Like, it's like, what is this? It wasn't a performance.
It's almost like she's trying to, like, you know, she's like trying to make the cut to, like, you know, join the Source Awards or something like that.
Right, she's trying to make that list.
And the thing is that it's laughable that it happened in the Barclays Center. That's what cracks me up. You know.
In Brooklyn.
I mean, look, let's you know, this is essentially a rich girl pretending to be a rap video hoe. So what's the point?
Which is sad, but
it makes me say, you know what? I know it's easy to talk shit about music. Tom York just came out recently and said that the music industry right now is like a dying fart. What you're smelling, but it's okay. It's okay. Once it dies, the good performers will still be around. We'll just find some way to reshape this, and it won't be the music industry. But
we'll just get through it. We'll get through this hard time.
Let's put it this way: if aliens came to this planet, would you want them to find Gravity, which came out last week, or would you want them to find Miley Cyrus's performance at the MTV? Like, what? How could our culture, if there was one surviving piece of media? We could be judged in completely different ways based on the shit that she puts out versus decent shit.
If aliens came to this planet, I'd rather show them the Miley Cyrus video because
oh my
God. Listen, that's something they've never encountered before. Those motherfuckers are from space. They know what's out there. But if they come here,
I can't even take the time to.
It makes perfect sense. Are you going to show somebody visiting a different world or a different country something that they already know or something new that they've never seen?
I never thought of that before.
Right, and if they do see
Gravity, they would have.
They'll probably say, "Oh, your technology is primitive."
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. If they see the Miley Cyrus, they'll be so disgusted they'll leave us alone.
Oh God.
Well, look, there is good stuff. Honestly, I don't care if I get made fun of for this. I think Taylor Swift is awesome. I think she has good music. I think she's a good performer. I think Muse is an inspirational band. I think Lana Del Rey is very artistic. I wish that Lana Del Rey would get more attention than this video ho Miley Cyrus.
Oh yeah, Lana Del Rey. I'm not gonna lie. I like her. "Summertime Sadness." I think was the last song I listened to.
Right.
By her.
And it's interesting that she rebounded from the quasi fiasco she had with SNL. She did, you know, perform on SNL, but everybody was like, you know, ragging on her for her quasi shitty performance, but I didn't see anything bad about it.
Because she's good, but she's not that good. She was out a few years ago. She had to be repackaged with a lot of different producers and relaunched in order for people to like her.
Because people don't want to hear a sad song on the radio is what it comes down to.
Yeah, everyone wants to be entertained. I mean, attention span is at an all-time low So
Oh,
if you
yeah.
don't catch my attention within the 5 seconds, I'm not interested. You know.
Well, look, you gotta figure. I mean, what do we expect from Miley Cyrus? If you make shit kid music, how are you not gonna make shit? Are you gonna make great adult music?
You know.
I mean, what a career! Shit kid products and shit adult products. Go on that song.
Baby, you're the best.
And I like the original. I don't like any of these remixes.
Oh, you were playing the original?
Yeah, that's
He's playing the original.
Oh, this is boring. Turn that off.
It's not boring.
Turn that off.
Look, see? No, but
Put on Miley Cyrus again. She's.
Oh God, no.
Oh, George, don't listen to Chris.
I'm not listening to Chris. I never listen to Chris.
Give me Miley Cyrus.
No, listen. The first time I heard this song by Del Rey, I was sitting and I was listening to it, and I was just like, oh my God, like, I just imagined some chick sitting in front of her mirror and, like, drunk as shit and putting on makeup like the Joker and just looking crazy. And I was like, I love it.
I know.
I love the song.
I find that very attractive, too. Crazy women just tickle my bones.
Wow. Okay. Let's move on to SNL. Okay,
God, I can't. This is crazy.
George is the
tickle my bones.
George is the premium package after all.
Oh yeah.
And there's dead air Brian Williams.
He's speechless. He's speechless, actually.
Oh, that's what Brian does. He does the radio
what?
show and doesn't talk.
Oh, that's great.
What do you want me to say? I mean, you guys
okay,
are.
It's not up to me.
Hey guys, you cannot hear me on the radio show.
Here's the question, Brian. What do you think about crazy women? Do they do it for you? Because apparently George is so, you know.
I mean, I know they'll probably give me a massive headache, and try to avoid them like the plague. Let's put it that way.
So let's just say you're not really a big fan of crazy women.
Can't say I am. But then again, here's the funny thing, though. I don't really like boring women either. So I'm kind of, I guess you could find me in the middle ground, you know.
I mean, they can be exciting and just not crazy. I mean, exciting and crazy are two separate things, right?
Right.
I mean, she can be... Chris, what's your take on that?
I have no comment on any of this.
Okay.
Chris has been involved with crazy.
I know. That's why I didn't say
yes, and we are the unfortunate eyewitnesses to that.
And regular women. You know, I've been involved with mostly crazy women, as Chris can attest to that. So I'm pretty biased.
All right.
All right.
Being attracted to crazy women.
All right. So in terms of what's it?
I actually wanted to bring up something. I wanted to get off top. Now, I know you guys, well, George specifically is a fan of the show Breaking Bad and all that. And what about you, Eva? All
right, Brian. I don't know what you're doing, but save that for later. Okay, so for SNL, let's talk about SNL real quick.
I don't want to talk. Tired of SNL.
All right, well, I'm tired of it too. It was a weak show. I can't believe Belushi used to be on that show.
Well,
it had the same skits for 15 years. Come on, let's get all the talking points out. We watched this show.
I run for cable. I've seen all these shows, so it's whatever.
So Eva, are you a fan of Breaking Bad? Oh.
You know what? I really don't want to get into Breaking Bad because it's a very big topic, and I don't think we have enough time to get into that. But we can definitely save it for another show. How about that?
Oh,
wait a second. What is it? Is it like a news story, Brian, or is this like a long-winded thing?
No,
you talk too much on the show. You talk way too much.
Work, bitch.
Anyway, this is about Oliver Stone slamming the show's finale, calling it unreal and ridiculous, and we just wanted your opinion.
Oliver Stone is calling someone else's thing unreal and ridiculous?
Yeah.
No, but listen.
No. I'm going to read this quote. Let me just read this.
Was he overlooked for an award or something? Like they chose, damn, what the hell was that?
Yeah, George W. was a very realistic movie.
Right.
Oh, God.
He's saying that there was too much violence and it's all unreal to me. And I don't know if you saw The Denouement. I happen to not watch the series very much, but I happened to tune in and I saw the most ridiculous 15 minutes of movie, and it would be laughed on screen.
Oh, he never watched the show and he's commenting on it? Tell him to shut the fuck up. Love you, Oliver.
Well, no. Well, obviously, like I was saying last week that George didn't like is that none of this cable premium package content would work on a big screen.
Right. Which is true.
Right. He was saying
Which
basically.
Is very true.
Right. In addition to that, he's like, oh, nobody could park his car right then and there and, have a machine gun that could go off perfectly and kill all the bad guys. It would be a joke, and it's only in the movies that you find that kind of fantasy.
Wait, doesn't he make movies? Doesn't Oliver Stone make movies?
Well, yeah.
What's he so upset about?
I think there's, you know what? I think it has to do with, and this is, I could lump in Spike Lee into the same category. Remember, back in the day, these guys were the provocateurs of their day. And since they lost their relevancy, they got to find ways to come back and stay relevant.
Make a comeback.
So they trash whatever's out there or whoever's right now in order to seem relevant, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it does seem relevant.
I mean, yeah. And the thing is that he hasn't had a big hit in years. I mean, I don't know what the hell Savage is.
What is this?
George is doing something. I don't know.
He's making fun of Brian. Leave Brian alone. Leave Brittany alone. Leave Brittany alone.
Aww, working it.
I was actually quiet for once listening to him.
Right. So I just wanted your opinion on particularly George's opinion on this guy.
He's a working actor. He can't give you an opinion on Oliver Stone.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's like.
I'm an actor. I'm a working actor, but I work in a restaurant.
All right, George.
Did he say that he wasn't a fan of the show? Is that what he said?
He said he never watched the show and he caught 15 minutes of it.
Yeah, well, there's no way to judge something by watching the last 15 minutes of what was 65 hours worth of television. That's wrong. I can't watch the last 5 minutes of Wall Street Money Never Sleeps and judge the whole fucking movie, can I? Oliver? No, I can't.
Again, Oliver.
You know what that title? That's such a terrible title. That seems like if they made a video game, a licensed video game off the movie Wall Street, it would be called that.
Yeah. And I'm a big
Oliver,
Oliver Stone
we're just
fan.
Joking.
So am I. I'm surprised that he would come out and say this,
If this gets back to Oliver Stone,
to me, in my opinion,
he had a bad day. Maybe he had a bad day, and that last 15 minutes was just like, you know what, this is bullshit, Right.
I mean, I'm just thinking, in my opinion, all he had to say was like, listen, I never watched the show. I'm not sure if it's going to be my cup of tea, and I'm not sure if I'm going to catch it. That's basically all you have to say.
Yeah, but you cleaned it up, because you had time to think about that response. I mean, let's be real,
It's the same thing. And it's the same thing with Spike, like we're dating back to when Django came out. Somebody asked him, he knew who I was.
Oh, yeah, my cousin was in that movie, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one that got, that was eaten by the dog, Otto Sando.
Oh, shit.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, not nice, but, I mean.
Nice. All right, nice. You got eaten by a dog.
Great.
Right. But, I mean, he knew he was going to get, like Spike, getting back to Spike, that he knew he was going to get a question like, oh, are you going to go see Django and all that kind of stuff. All he had to say was something along those lines like, listen, I'm not sure about it. I'll have to think about it. But judging from the advertisement, it's probably not my cup of tea, so I'm not going to go see it.
Yeah, but that's not Oliver Stone's style.
You have to come out and say, oh, slavery wasn't a spaghetti western like we're a bunch of 4-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? He's very condescending like that. It is unnecessary.
But again, you're dealing with different people. You're dealing with different personalities, and sometimes you've been in front of the camera for so long, and it's like it's not even there. You're just like, whatever. I'm going to say what I want to say. Granted, sometimes you'll regret what you've said, but you can't take it back. So just gotta fucking deal with it. You can sit here and think about what you could say, but you're not. It's not happening now to you.
Right.
I'm trying to actually
look, he's been sitting in the front row of the Knicks games while they've been losing for the last million years, so don't worry. He's just upset about the Knicks.
Yeah. And also the fact that, Tarantino has a better movie career now than he does now, currently, so.
Well, the problem with Spike Lee and directors that have a very, very unique style and Tarantino has somehow slipped by on this because his is so unique. But when they have that unique stuff that they always have to add that little unique 2 cents in, sometimes the general public gets bored of directors after a while because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened.
Right.
You know what? This guy from Gravity really does it good. He only makes a movie like every 5 years. Right. At this point,
I mean,
Gravity.
absence makes the heart grow fonder, I guess. Just not constantly in the media's eye. I mean, again, it depends on the person too.
Yeah, or you could do a Woody Allen and make a movie once a year, and a little core of people keep going to see him.
No. Yeah. Everyone has a strategy.
What else is going on? Is there anything going on in the news or entertainment or anything?
Yeah, I have because I'm a personal anti-advocate of social media because I think it's just ruining people in general. I have a clip here of someone interviewing little kids and asking them what their thoughts of social media is and exactly what they know about it, and asking them a bunch of questions. And here is the audio for that.
Interesting.
Why does my mom take pictures of her breakfast and put it on Facebook?
I have no idea.
People write about all their personal business.
Right.
Personal business?
Yes.
So this is my Facebook.
You really have 3,000 friends?
Yes, I have 3,000 friends.
Liar!
Busted. What do you think when your parents put photos of you on Facebook?
That's just creepy.
It is creepy. Stop doing that.
Do you know what?
That's,
you know what's crazy? Just to back up what you're doing right now, the whole social media topic, there was actually, and I can't believe I forgot to bring this up, 2 days ago, this gentleman was on the train. He has a gun on the train and actually shoots another guy in the back. There are 8 to 10 people sitting in this train car and didn't see any of this until the gunshot was actually heard because they were so concentrated in their iPhones and their devices. They did not. This whole confrontation lasted about 5 minutes, and everyone was just zoned out, completely zoned out.
Where was this?
People. In a train. I don't know if it was New York, but it was on a train, and I'm just like,
really?
That's crazy. Like, that's really crazy. This man is waving a gun, this confrontation's going on, and no one seems to be paying attention because you're so focused on your phone.
No, it's gross. All this social media has created an antisocial culture.
Environment.
Well, look who created this. The dude from Facebook is an antisocial person. So if everyone's following his lead socially, we're in a bit of trouble.
Yeah. Well, speaking of antisocial, there was a woman on a plane who, needless to say, freaked out a little bit. And one of the passengers got video of this.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm not sure exactly where the plane was going, but I'll let you guys be the judge of this.
Whoa. Wait a second, George.
Yeah.
Did they run out of chicken nuggets or something?
I don't know exactly what the situation was.
Shit is crazy.
I think they gave her the kosher meal, possibly.
Well, I guess you could stand up and scream on a plane as long as it's not.
Well, she's sitting in her seat, and apparently, the flight. Oh, this makes sense. The flight is headed to
Detroit. It's headed to Detroit.
No, Chris.
Florida.
Yes.
That's where it's.
Yes, it is. From what I can tell, she's white, but I can't. The video is not that clear. But listen to the rest of this.
This is
She's been freaking out for the last 20 minutes. She started off by telling everyone to pray for her mother who just passed away. Then she went up and down the aisles telling everyone to pray for her mother. And then she's been like this for the last 15, 20 minutes.
What the hell?
God, you're my savior! God, you're my savior!
All right, let's pause on this. Pause for a second.
Hold on. Is she doing the Hail Mary?
God, you're my savior.
feel-
She screamed.
Oh, okay. So how come no one tased her?
See, I'm a little perplexed now because you know what? After 5 minutes of that, I'm like, somebody better sit her down and give her some kind of doubt because this is. I'm gonna punch her in
No,
the face.
she's
I
in
can't
her
sit
seat.
here.
She's in her seat, and the guy next to her is desperately trying to calm her down, and she's not having any of it.
Oh my! Imagine listening to that for 20 minutes, guys.
No, I don't condone.
And you know what's even worse? It's not even a kid. That's what gets me.
No,
It's a grown
George, can you put some sort of rap beat behind that repetitive? God, you're my savior. God, you're my savior. God, you're my savior.
It's not like you can punch her in the face. She's saying, "God, you're my savior." So it's like, oh God, you know, I can't even do anything because she's talking about God.
Right.
Hey,
you'll be the idiot that was, punched a witness or a prophet. You're like, oh, come on. Like,
No, I don't condone any sort of violence towards women.
Well.
yeah. Oh, you're so
But at this point, maybe a punch straight into the mouth would possibly alleviate the situation.
No, I don't condone, violence against women. No, but I mean, they have to do something. Give her some kind of.
Wait a second. Let's think of things you could do on what is there on a plane? Could you maybe take out the flotation device and put it over her mouth?
No, give her a sedative.
A punch in the goddamn mouth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like willing to do that, right? You'd have to force feed.
Just stick her in the bathroom. Just stick her in the bathrooms that somehow sound like there's a vacuum routed through them. What is it? All right. Next story.
All right. What else is in the news, guys?
All right. There's a new study actually that reports. The study was performed by Siemens Festival Nights, whatever that is.
What is
that? Says
Siemens.
Siemens, like the mattress company, I'm assuming.
Oh,
they went out of business, didn't they?
All right, then I guess it's like Siemens, the air conditioning.
It is kind of crazy that there's a mattress company called Siemens.
That's disgusting, actually. I didn't
Yum.
I never thought about that.
Oh.
All right, so this study
the test subjects love the name, so what do you?
They're not really a fan of blue lighting.
73% of people who are in a relationship make do because they let their true love get away.
Whose phone is that?
Hello?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not.
Pick up. We want to hear your. Pick up. We want to hear your.
So they're calling my house.
We want to hear your convo. Pick it up.
No, screw them. I'm busy. I'll get back to them.
Okay.
God.
When I was trying to get in touch with you, and I realized that you put your phone into airplane mode. My fault about that. I was like, why can't you have a house phone? And then George is like, no one has a house phone anymore. And I said, I know. Why can't you have one right now?
I have a house phone. People call me on the phone as a backup if they really can't reach me. They really get in contact with me. And then my mom calls me on the landline. So
wow, you're spending big bills on that, huh?
Work for cable, bro. Get a discount on my cable service.
Oh damn! Hook that up.
Oh yeah, show off.
Hey, speaking of working for cable, we were talking about last week. South Park did an episode where they went to the cable company, and the cable company basically gave them the runaround while rubbing their nipples. Did you see that?
No.
They were like, sorry, I guess you got to just pay for all the channels.
Aww. No, but seriously, like there was a spoof done by this comedian, and he made a fake commercial, and was basically like, all these cable companies, they set up their territory. So when you call, you're like, oh, I'm just going to go to you can't go anywhere else. Like,
right.
You have to pay us unless you're going to, let's say, Verizon or like satellite, which Verizon is really good as terms as their like service, but they're really expensive. Yeah. So you can't really go anywhere. And then they'll say like, oh, you set up your appointment. The tech comes and rings the doorbell once and leaves while you're in the shower.
Right.
Or you want a better deal. We understand you want a better deal, but go fuck yourself because you're not going anywhere else. Like, it's just, I mean,
yeah, I know.
You really do.
I never pay for cable. I don't.
Oh.
I just mooch it off of other people.
Nice. I mean, I pay like $50 because it should be free, but Optimum is not available in Queens, so I have to use Verizon.
They have another competitor though in Queens. What was it? It's like RCN.
Yeah, RCN is like for the elderly that you really see to begin with, so it really doesn't matter. But the quality is really bad.
Yeah, I had it for a couple months, and I think we had to cancel it way back when.
It's trashy. Like, it's so bad. It's really bad.
All right. What else is going on?
Well, as I was saying before, the study by Siemens Festival Nights, like I said, that.
Oh yeah.
73% of people that are in committed relationships are quote unquote making do because their true love had gotten away.
Did you just say that already?
Someone who was an older woman that I knew that I was friends with, told there wasn't anything like that. Like, she was my friend's mom, and she basically told me face up, like, I loved someone else, but I'm just here with him now. And I was like, whoa.
Oh, that happens a lot, man. That happens a lot.
That's crazy.
46% of those people said they would leave their spouse to be with someone they love. It's fucked up.
Bad.
I think a lot of that is fantasy.
Yes, a lot of it is.
No, because you know what? I know people who have done that. Who've like gone back with their old love, and the thing fall apart within months, and they were back in the business.
Because it's. I mean, grow up after a while. If it was meant to be, you would have been together. There's a reason why it didn't fucking work out. Like, grow the hell up.
But you know what? Sometimes sometimes it could, and I guess if you're not happy with the person
when you're the exception, if you're the exception, then yes, it may work. But you know what I think it is.
Well, I think we're talking about. I think if the people are young, that's not an issue. But if someone's like married for 20 years and feeling this way, then I guess it's more fantasy.
Yeah, that's fantasy. But as far as things being meant to be, I don't buy that, because nothing is meant to be and just happens for the sake of happening. If something's meant to be, you have to want to make it happen.
Right. Yeah.
Then if you do everything you possibly could and it unfolds that way, then you can consider it meant to be. But if something just falls into place, things don't happen that way. Nothing happens without you wanting it to happen, basically.
Well,
that's not life. I mean, there's a lot of surprises in life, and shit happens. I mean, that's just the way it is. But if you're gonna keep forcing something and it's just not working, you need to let it go. And if it didn't work out, it didn't work out.
That's something I need to learn.
Sometimes it's not that it doesn't.
Well, I don't have that problem.
But no, Eva. Sometimes it's not that. But that's one situation. Sometimes there's people who split up for other reasons other than it not working out. Like sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes people go to the army or move or whatever. So sometimes there's conflicts that force two people apart, and then it's kind of like they're always longing. I don't know. Sometimes things don't always end badly. I mean, I know one guy who was dating someone and their girl moved to another country, and it was like, all right, see ya.
Yeah. I mean,
some people's visas run out. Some people
end badly on their terms, but it still ended. I mean, it's still a bad situation. It's not a happy ending.
And it's not a bad situation. It's an unfortunate situation. Doesn't make it a bad situation.
But again, life happens. It doesn't give a crap of what's going on. I mean, if you can't overcome it, then some things you just can't control.
Would you rather? Okay, here's a question for you. Would you rather your long lost love or whatever be in one of those situations that you couldn't control, or be dead?
Wait, what?
I guess what I'm trying to say is, what would be more painful if there was a situation where the two people wanted to be together but couldn't, or if the one person had died?
I mean, the first option I would most likely take, because I'd rather you be alive than dead. I mean, that's I think that's a little extreme. Yeah. Like, okay, well, if I can't have you, no one can. I mean, that's crazy. But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I would obviously choose.
What dog is that? Seriously,
the dog is barking.
There's a dog somewhere.
That's not me.
No, that's on my end. I don't know. There's a dog barking somewhere.
Brian,
probably outside.
what are you saying, Brian? The China wants their money back from us.
Well, we owe.
Give me my money.
America owes like over 1.3 trillion, and they don't want the U.S. to default on the debt that they owe.
Oh well, good luck.
Yeah, I know. Good luck. And remember
Well,
and on top of that, they're going to raise the debt ceiling soon. I don't know when, but pretty soon. And I think we owe.
I just want to say, well, you know, this is more than one time in my life, but I'm glad my parents are from abroad, because when shit hits the fan over here,
what are you going to move? Are you going to move back?
Ghana.
You're going to move back?
Ghana.
You know,
hell yeah! When shit hits the fan and it's freaking Walking Dead over here, I'm out.
But do you have
somewhere to go.
you have the dual citizenship?
Yeah, my mom. I think she got it. How long ago was this? Like 10 years ago?
Oh, good move.
I could actually become an EU citizen. I could do a birthright thingy, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's easy for you guys to say, where am I going to go? Greece? They're fucked.
Right.
Well, you can come with one of us.
The Walking Dead has already started over there. So.
If you're a Greek citizen, you're an EU citizen. You could just go to Britain or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like rainy and stuff.
Yeah, but everyone's.
He's like, F that.
Yeah, but look, everyone's as moody as you in Britain.
Yeah,
that's true.
All I'm saying is,
I do like British women.
I live in the United States, and I live in an apartment. But my cousins, well, actually, one of my cousins lives in Ghana and has a compound, like a mansion, and has servants in Africa, and I'm sitting here in a fucking apartment. So, best believe, when shit hits the fan, I know where to go.
Well, be careful. They're taking over malls over there.
I'm one of them, so I was like, oh, well, I'm not a tourist. Go ahead. I will definitely change this accent.
Well, let's see. How would you talk in Ghana?
I have to be under high distress. It's not going to work right now.
Okay. Well, think about Brian Williams and what's your Ghana accent?
All right. So you want me to? All right. I'll give it a shot.
It's not going to work because I know it's Brian. I'm not some unsuspecting victim. I already know him. So.
Brian, do you have Jamaican citizenship?
No, but I should.
You really should. You have to have a backup plan, guys.
Oh, Brian, I'll go down to Jamaica with you.
He's like, shit, hell yeah.
No, I won't go.
You know, coming from you, that does not sound right. But
Chris, wait, hold on, Chris. What happened? Chris, she said, no.
I'll go to Ghana. I won't go to Jamaica.
What?
Yeah, he doesn't want to eat the bomb. Anyway.
Oh, no.
What's wrong with Jamaica?
Fuck that.
What? I'm not currently drinking or smoking, so I have no will to be there.
Oh, God. It's like, forget it.
And on top of that, you know, they'll think he's a tourist. You know,
let's put it. I'm too plump to make it in Jamaica.
Lex Luthor?
No.
What are you doing in Jamaica, Lex Luthor?
I'll be like tourist target #1 if I go there.
Sure. Why would you? It's not like you're going there with a backpack.
But Chris, you probably have to. You'll be stuck in a hotel resort. That's your safe haven.
He's like, I'm chilling. I got my pool table. Got
And his red dress.
Downstairs.
I got my red dress on
tonight.
So what happened with China? You know, we should give China a fortune cookie, and when they open it, it says, I owe you.
Oh, that's messed up. That's
Jesus.
Again, Chinese people, just a joke. We love you guys.
Oh, don't worry.
I love egg rolls.
Don't worry, we're gonna be banned.
You're fucked up. Just don't.
I love egg rolls.
You know what? America's gonna be like, come on, China, let us slide. We just need $200, baby.
Come on, man.
You got like $5,
baby?
China?
Obama, like, China, you didn't expect us to actually pay you back, did you?
You owe us money. Give us money back now.
Wait a second. I thought that was a grant, not a loan.
A
grant? Yeah, no.
He's gonna stick Michelle. He's gonna stick Michelle in them.
We needed all your money. We had to build those railroads. Come on.
Right.
Alright, you keep playing. As soon as you turn around, it's gonna be freaking ninja stars all down your back. Keep fucking with them. Keep it up. You're like, alright.
Well, what's going to happen? Well, China. This is what's happening. The bottom line is that everyone's seeing that our country is getting weaker, unfortunately, and you know, people are going to move in. There was no reason for anybody to move on this country until that point.
That's crazy.
You want piece of my devil sound? I'm gonna give it to you now. Who likes my chopsticks? Hit you in the shit with my little leg.
Oh my god.
If you wanna see me, eat yellow. I've never seen nothing like you before. I can kick you.
Look, I mean, look. All right, get.
He's like, all right.
Look, let's put it this way. China sees that they owed America a lot of money, but now we're getting to a point where they can start making demands like what's going on. So they kind of let us get progressively weaker, which is fucked up. To think that there's so many people in this country just laying around doing drugs all day when we need to really build up the country and work and make the country stronger.
Yeah, but you have to make them care. I mean, a lot of people are resentful. A lot of people are angry, especially with this generation, because a lot of us went to college. We did what we were supposed to do, and you know, you're either working a dead-end job or you're not working at all. So it's just basically a fuck you type of mentality towards the government and everything, the whole system. And then you have the rest of us who have actually tried to make it work with their current situations, but you know, we're motivated. We're a motivated type of group here. Everyone doesn't have the same attitude, you know?
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
It's
very frustrating, I guess. Who knows if it's going to get much worse before it gets better.
I don't know.
Or it will, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, it will?
Oh, my God.
You're probably going to be a traitor and jump on China's side.
Of course he will. Of course he fucking will.
Yeah, well,
Brian.
Yeah, of course, Brian.
Brian's gonna
fucking asshole.
Brian's gonna be wearing the Chinese colors.
Yup.
Like brown and red and shit. The uniform, yeah.
I will punch him.
He's gonna be dressed like a Communist Party member in Russia.
Like a
China.
Obama's hoping that the smog in China just kills everyone, so no one has to pay anything back.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We always think like, oh yeah, Russia's going to move on us, China's going to move on us. They really have their own issues just like we do. It's just that we don't hear about it as much.
Yeah, well, China has...
We don't hear about it as much, or we just don't pay attention to it.
China has a debt problem.
Well, no, China has their population control problem in terms of like...
Which is also a liability.
You blow me off like it's all the same. You let it loose and I'm taking away like a bomb.
No, he fucking
baby. Talk to me. Tell me your side.
Really?
You're switching sides like a Gemini. You're playing games and now you're hitting my heart like a drum.
I gotta be honest, his voice is not that bad.
She bangs.
Really?
Oh, baby, when she moves. Yeah. I go crazy cause she looks like a flower, but she stings like a bee. Like every girl in history.
Wait a minute. Hold on, guys. You heard about this, you heard about this biker situation in New York with that Asian... Okay, so let's talk about this for a little bit.
I was actually just going to bring that up.
Real quick, someone give a history of what this is all about.
Well,
so
William Hung was driving the
sides. Stop it. There are two sides. There were bikers and, there's traffic or whatever. This guy apparently drives over one of the bikers, and actually there's a chance he could be paralyzed or whatever.
Right.
So the gist of it is they showed this video clip of them actually attacking this Asian guy, but they didn't show what happened before this altercation, basically got to its all-time high. Basically, he tried to cut them off and go through traffic because he was so impatient and ran over this gentleman. And they retaliated. They actually went up to the car, punched a hole through the window, dragged him out, beat the shit out of him.
That's not exactly how it went down.
Right. I thought it was they were I thought they were like pestering him or something like that. But you said
they weren't pestering him.
But this group actually has gotten involved in other stuff in the past. There's video of them driving around Queens I saw right by our neighborhood, which kind of was like, wow. I don't want.
And on top of that, you have cops, undercover cops who
the undercover cop was arraigned. Basically, there are two sides to this. The first one, the Asian the guy's wife, went on camera and said that, you know, her life was in danger. There was a child in the back as well. And they were scared for their lives.
Well, you know what? What about this? You know, these were the guys driving those little rice rocket. I don't think a gang of Harley riders would be acting this reckless. These were young guys.
Which is fine, but I mean, at this point, I feel it's like too wrong. It's too wrong. You don't attack a man with his family in the car. I mean, there was a 3-year-old child in the back, and they're banging. They actually bashed in the window. The undercover cop actually bashed the window in the back where the child was sitting, and pulled the gentleman out and beat the crap out of him. And then also, you know, the driver ran over a young man who is, you know, potentially paralyzed. So there are 2 families that have been hurt in this situation, and there were no adults at all throughout this whole situation. Everything's just all fucked up. So
too much testosterone in a gang environment.
Too much.
And right. And they don't think that 20 is enough just to beat up one guy. That's what cracks me up.
That's crazy. Like, I mean, he was not. I mean, it was just really brutal. That many people to beat up one person is just. It's just. There are no words for it, but I guess that's how Rough Riders roll, I guess, apparently. But then to take an SUV, a Range Rover, and run over someone...
But listen. I'm not necessarily sure what exactly prompted this, but this is how it went down. This guy was driving on the FDR. And there was a gang of motorcycles, I would say 20 to 30 around there. Now, I'm not sure if he had cut them off or something at one point, whatever. He was an Asian driver. Things happen, you know. But they basically surrounded him. They surrounded him on the FDR, and they tried to get in his truck. That's when he proceeded to step on the gas, and one of the guys was in front of him, and he ran them over. Now, if I'm in an SUV and there's a gang of motorcycles surrounding me, trying to get to me or my family, you best believe I will run whoever the fuck is in front of me over. And I will not stop. I will not stop hitting them because they're on bikes. Guess what? If I'm driving, they're on bikes. They're fucked, not me. I'm in an SUV.
Yeah. Well, there's also the thing that this is the only thing that's ever been caught on tape. But I mean, if these guys have been around for years and this is their behavior, then
this is
right. And the thing is that there wasn't really a lot of traffic. They could have just passed, or they were just chilling. Were they like chilling, or they were just like, you know, just driving?
I don't know if there was I mean, apparently there was traffic going on, and you know, it was a lot.
Well,
of them,
I mean, for them to be like, it looks like there was hardly any traffic. I'm looking at it.
I mean, when it got to the escalated point when they actually took him out of the car, there was no traffic because all the shit is going on, but. I mean, the simple fact that you would actually bash a window in with a child in the back seat, and that was the undercover cop that did that shit. That's just, how do you explain that?
Well, it's not. Well, first of all, it's not the 70s in New York anymore, and second of all, this is like a redneck fucking thing to do. I can't believe stuff like this goes on in New York.
Done by a black guy.
Like this shit. What did you say?
Done by a black guy. He said redneck thing to do, done by a black guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, this is kind of weird that this is taking place in New York, and George, I think you were saying this. New York is like England, is like London at this point. There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, well, one of the bikers,
everywhere.
One of the bikers actually was shooting this with his phone.
He had a GoPro on his helmet.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
It's funny how people incriminate themselves with social media.
Yeah, but people rob houses and brag about it on Facebook, and then you're shocked and the police are at your door. Like,
didn't some people break into the football player's house and pee on his rug? Something stupid.
No, they threw a party.
Yeah.
And the video was tweeting it, and the son was like, "Oh my God, Dad, they're throwing a party in your house. Like what?" And live tweeting, and he would actually see video and tweets of them actually partying in his house, destroying his house, and it was just crazy. And then the parents, in turn, wanted to sue the football player because he was making this public. And,
wow, great job, parents.
Right, you want to protect, but please, I could never. And this is all about how you raise your children, because I could never. First of all, destroying someone's house. I better be in my house by curfew. Or it's the end for me. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, you destroying other people's house. Why are you in someone else's house to begin with? You should be studying. Like, this is foreign parents right here.
You gotta take that whole thing away.
George is in performance.
George is in Hot 97 mode right now. He's just like, yeah.
Back in the day.
Dropping bombs.
George, what's your rap DJ name, George?
DJ
G Money.
What's it?
G Money.
DJ Deficit.
DJ Premium Package.
Okay.
DJ Debt Sealer.
You know you want that premium package.
DJ I Need Money is more like it.
Oh my god.
Hey, one crazy story I heard this week is in terms of there was a little boy who was obsessed with Grand Theft Auto, and he wanted to do things like Grand Theft Auto does it. So he got through airport security. I don't know how he got to an airport. He took a plane across the country. He went to Vegas.
What?
And then no one caught him along the way.
Oh, was it commercial or?
Yeah, it was a commercial. He went through the gate. He went through security. He boarded without a parent. He did everything. He did every.
How old is this child?
He was 8 years old.
Nice.
And he flew up planes to Vegas?
No, he didn't fly it. He just boarded it and got there somehow. He just got right along. I guess he told the proper lies at the proper moment and just got passed right on through.
Really? No ticket, no anything, nothing.
I mean, how could an 8-year-old book a ticket?
That's what
well, it's simple. He's 4 foot something, and he could, probably like.
My mommy ran through the scanner. Can I go meet up with her? What are you gonna say? Yeah, sure. No.
Get out of here, kid.
I want to see you cry, little guy. But yeah, he got on the plane, boarded by himself with no chaperone, no parent, and basically ran away to Las Vegas to see if he could do it.
Wow.
I want to meet this kid.
Really? I want to interview this kid.
Yeah, he's got balls.
It's fun to do.
But then you'll have to put the parents on blast. Well, where were you when your kid left the house?
Probably doing meth.
Okay, this was interesting. The father held a press conference, but for some reason the father didn't want his face shown, so I've never seen this before. The father showed up wearing a hoodie that was completely pulled tight, like Kenny from South Park, and did the interview like that.
Oh my God. What color hoodie was it?
Orange.
Hey, I guess. I don't know. It looked kind of raggedy for television.
Oh.
Not that there's like a designer hoodies for television, I guess, but
he probably did that on purpose because he probably has money, but he's like, no, let me throw some piece of shit on so they'll never suspect it's me. Like, come on, bro. This is the media. They're gonna figure out who you are eventually.
Yeah, I know, especially when they see you getting into your car with your license.
Asshole.
And how are you driving like that?
No, more like a damp, if you ask me.
So I guess.
Why are people so stupid? I can't. I can't.
I'll never get caught.
With your license plate number in front of all these cameras.
So what else?
Dumbass.
Tell us what else is interesting in your life. You're our guest, so what's interesting in your life?
Pretty much just the magazine right now. We've actually have another interview next Thursday with B&H radio station, and then we have a couple of people that actually want to partner up with the magazine. A lot of financial institutions too.
What does that mean, partner up? When you partner up with someone, what exactly?
Collaborate. So collaborate with these different companies. So advertising, collaborations, or promotions, and just resources that we can actually tap into for our audience. So we have a company that's into financial planning. They can help you plan and save, ways to make money in your spare time while you're working a full-time job. It's just different resources that you can tap into for everyone to help their lives get a little better with the current situation right now. I mean, everyone's situation right now for the most part is shitty.
Yeah.
So.
What is your site called again?
It's mademagnyc.com. You can actually check it out now. It's live right now if you want to take a look at it. we actually have one company. It's World Travel, and they basically buy wholesale vacation suites and package deals and all that, and it would be a discount for our subscribers. So you'll buy a trip and you actually get money back on it. So it's a lot of different resources that you can actually use on here.
Oh yeah, I'm on the website now. Oh, you did like a little picture of you on the wrecking ball as like a goofy promotional thing. That's cute.
Actually, no. Never.
No?
Never do. I would never do a wrecking ball. No.
Well, you should do that. That would certainly boost views for the site.
Views for the site as my self-respect plummets. Yeah, sure.
You know what? What's her? You know Sinead O'Connor?
Yeah.
From the 90s. You know that human from the 90s? Okay, so Miley Cyrus came out, I guess, and said that Sinead O'Connor is her inspiration for her look, and Sinead O'Connor said, "Don't involve me in your trash," and said, "You and or your management company are basically prostituting you out till you're dry." If I was you, I would seriously consider getting rid of anyone in your life who's telling you that this is okay,
that this is cool.
Yeah, and you really need to think about what you're doing.
That is so sad, though. That is really sad. Like,
it's so weird.
This woman is like, don't put my name in anything, little bitch. Like,
and of
don't
course,
involve me.
The response was probably, "Don't hate,
tongue out,
Which reminds me, did you guys hear of like her shitting on Matt Lauer, saying
no.
He says he's 40, he can't have sex or something like that?
What?
Like apparently she was promoting herself, obviously, on the stage.
See, this is heavy drugs. I mean, there's no other she's on drugs.
Right, I mean, but Lauer, he played it off well, and he's like jokes about it. Like he said, he'll introduce himself. Like one time, he said, "Hey, I'm Matt Lauer, and I'm too old to have sex," or some bullshit like that. So he played it off.
Wow.
Oh, so he made it funny at his own expense. So how cute.
Yeah, whatever.
That's cute.
But it is ridiculous. Young adults.
The website, it's an online magazine, but we also plan on having a show revolve around it. And we'll actually have situations where we'll act out situations from our subscribers. So if you read the magazine and you went through a situation as far as your job or employment or a relationship issue, we'll act it out. So it's a comedy as well. It's a pilot as well. So.
Okay. All right, well, thanks, Eva. Thank you, MadeMagNYC.com. Eva, thank you for joining us here today. What the hell?
Thank you, gentlemen.
I think there's an earthquake here in L.A.
What's
going on here? All right, thanks, everybody, for listening to Shooting the Ish. You can check us out at shootingtheish.com, facebook.com/shootingtheish, youtube.com/shootingtheish, shootingtheish@gmail.com. So, everybody... we're also on iTunes, so please check us out. Shooting the Ish, ISH, and we'll see you guys next time.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, Eva.